Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. It's me, Vinod, and I've got Anand with me because there's some really interesting news which has been floating in the market. Yesterday, we did have the market closed, so we could not see where all this news was going to take us. And as expected, when the markets opened, things collapsed, and the pressure of selling has been mounting, and there's been extreme fire sale going on in certain stocks, which is there in our consideration ranges. Where I always said, I'd rather have a problem of plenty than a problem of none. That means there's many opportunities now opening up nicely in the market as it unfolds for us. Like I said, in the pharma sector, we have the Reddy's, we have the Natcos, then we always have Tata Motors to look at. Then we have the banks. Now even IndusInd Bank has come in a lovely range, almost reaching book value, which is really tremendous as a value investor to look at these things. But of course, the main news was all about Adani and what's happened in the US. And a lot of you are speculating, thinking, for whatever reasons, that maybe we should look at Adani too, because some of the stocks have corrected by 15%, 20%. And that's an opportunity there. Why aren't we looking at this? We were talking about opportunities and being contrarian to the market. And there's a reason why we don't touch Adani. It's nothing about politics here. And I thought I'd get my brother to explain to this that why this is just not politics here at play. There are reasons why small investors like us, retail investors, should not venture into the Adani waters. So, Anand.
The market is not filling only because of Adani. The overall Indian market is very weak. And I've been saying this long before this news broke on Adani. You have now just got to a point where the market was before the election results were called. On that single day, it fell 1,300 points. Most likely, we will give up those 1,300 points and you will get to a point which closed on the day the results came around 21,000 and odd. So that is a point which we have to look very carefully and whether we'll break that. If this trend continues and the global trend continues like this 21,000 will be broken and that is the bear market. I don't know. I do not know the exact number. So a significant portion of the Nifty is already below the 52-week low. Asian Paints reached 52-week low. I have been crying hoarse about Asian Paints for nearly a year now. Even now, don't consider. And yesterday, Brilla's news saying that in 3 years I'll get to 10,000 crores. And putting a plant in Jamrajnagar is really putting pressure on Asian Paints. Nothing to do with Adani. So there is no fundamental change in the way public sector banks are run. I have worked with public sector banks, borrowed money from them, deposited money, things have got worse. The fundamental running of the public sector bank is a problem. It's nothing to do with politics, right? There are no staff, there is no motivation, there is no ability to lend money. So there is a problem. State Bank has managed to survive because it has taken a lot of joint venture routes. SBI Cards is a joint venture. SBI Housing is a joint venture. They have outside partners for everything, which is the core function of a bank is to issue credit cards, give loans, give housing loans. You cannot have joint ventures for everything. So finally, the piece has to crack because the other private sector banks will get bigger and bigger. Like I say HDFC. And this is why I stayed out of the public sector bank. I always told you guys there's a K-shaped recovery. You didn't believe me. The problems in the microfinance sector show you that there is a problem in the bottom of the pyramid in the lower middle class. People who make less than 3 lakhs. Subsidy only feeds them. There are other requirements in life other than just eating rice or eating wheat. And there is a problem. They have borrowed from 2-3 people at the same time. There are rumors that more than 20% of the book will become NPA.
Yes.
So there is a people only with deep pockets will survive this. Who has deep pockets? We all make hazard, we can hazard a guess. And this is the time when money raising is becoming difficult in the West. That's why you saw Zomato was very smart. It went first. Ola went public because he knew he could not take private money anymore. Oyo tried, but no, Oyo is so badly fixed that nobody will touch that. And now it's Swiggy's turn. When Hunza Consumer came, I looked like a fool. I told you it will crack. It's cracked way beyond the IPO price and it will crack further. Don't touch any stock which you do not have an idea. You do not have an idea. We do not know exactly what is happening in Adani.
Yes.
We do not know who are the players. We don't know where it will come, when the pressure point will burst, when it will happen. There's a huge, ugly corporate war. The people who are already sitting on top of the pile will not allow an upstart to come to the top of the pile.
Correct.
So it's not politics. There is also a corporate war going on.
And it's happened many times in history.
It happens many times in history. The incumbent will throw some news. The incumbent is deeply entrenched in the system. When the other guy is vulnerable, some stories will be circulated.
True.
All it has to do is one card to fall. Which is the card? I do not know. I do not know whether this is the card because Trump is going to come next and there will be an attorney general. So this may not be the card. But what this shows is there are a lot of skeletons in the cupboard. As retail investors, you stay away from the skeletons in the cupboard. You will get wiped out and you will not come back to stock market for a generation. And this is why the quality of the promoter is very important. If you have been following me, I have never recommended any stock close to any politician, including my party. I stay away from that. So you have to be very careful. There are a lot of stocks which are screaming value at this point of time.
Yes.
Now, don't go berserk.
Yes.
Don't go berserk.
Yes.
Be very defensive because it could happen that the market will correct 15 to 20% from here. It could. I'm not saying it will.
And that is, he's talking about the index. So you can imagine on individual stocks how deep the corrections can be.
It could be.
Yes.
Because you guys are still pouring money into active mutual funds, hoping this trend will reverse.
Yes. Because we have friend managers coming and saying their FIAs will come back and will go to 30,000.
Yes. So you had a big guy saying the day FIA is come, it will go to 30,000. So you guys be careful and it will give away that the people will start withdrawing money from mutual funds. That is the first sign of bottom.
Correct. And when they'll start withdrawing the funds is when the promise returns they were promised, which happened 2 years, on the third year that doesn't come, that's when it starts falling.
What has happened is too much money chasing too little stocks.
Yes.
It is like classic inflation. A lot of money is chasing few quality stocks. And there is an interview of Prashant Jain, somebody whom I don't agree with on many things, who's the ex-HDFC AMC guy. It's a short clip that came on Twitter. If you overpay for a good quality stock, for 20 years you will not make money. It happened to me in Tata Steel. I keep telling you that. I am not immune from it. It happened to me in Tata Steel. But for me, my father and everything, it was an emotional connect. I could just forget it.
Yes.
But you cannot forget a big position. For me, it was a small position. It was in lakhs and I could afford to wait for 10 years. Not many can. So be very careful. Be extremely careful in what you are doing.
Yes.
There are even articles showing how NVIDIA is setting up its own companies to buy their own chips. Whether it is true or not, we do not know. Right? And AI is showing classic bubble
signs.
The Justice Department is going behind Google. This is in technology. Right? What will happen to Ukraine, Russia? We don't know. No. What will happen to China, US? You do not know. What will happen to technology? We do not know. So we are in for a very difficult period. So if the clarity comes, and I may be completely wrong, everything can become hunky-dory tomorrow, but I do not know for sure. So I prepare for the worst and hope for the best. I don't prepare for the best and say that the worst will not happen.
Correct. It's like driving somewhere and you'd rather be late than not arrive at all. So that's what on this trying to drive.
There is a very famous statement of Paul Soros. Paul Soros was the elder brother of George Soros and the man who financed him. So Paul Soros said, I survived, the rest was easy. The question is whether you will survive. So you survive, the rest becomes easy. The idea is to survive this market. So be careful. Buy very small quantities that you will eat for tea. That's it. Thank you for watching Be Rich. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like this video, subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. I do have an Hindi channel where I try to give content. I would urge you to subscribe to it if you know the language, or to send this video link to somebody who knows Hindi and ask them to subscribe it. Once again, I thank you for your support for Be Rich.
We are not a native Hindi speaker. It will still help us by subscribing and following and dropping a few comments, because it helps the algorithm populate this channel to everybody. So me and my team would also be eternally grateful if you could subscribe to the channel, even if you're not a native speaker, just by showing some support, and love to Anand over there. Thank you.
Hey guys, that my uncles Vinod Srinivasan, Anand Srinivasan and I have rolled out our Substack, which is basically a blog/newsletter where we're going to post our original research onto it, and we've analyzed macroeconomic trends. And a lot of you know my uncle Anand Srinivasan and I regularly write for The Hindu, and these articles are also going to be made available for you in the Substack. The link is MOAT Moat Investing anandwith.substack.com. You'll find it in the description and in the video right now. We hope you go check it out. We've put a lot of time and effort into it. And please give us comments and feedback on what you read. Thank you.